Hello, myself Dr. Anuj Purwar. Today we will discuss about the distribution network analysis and design part 2. Now, guidelines for design of a distribution system. The mains of distribution system can be divided into three parts having function as explained below. The trunk mains, the principal feeder mains, the network of small mains feeding services or consumer supply pipe. The trunk mains. There are large diameter pipes taking water from source to distribution reservoir and from distribution reservoir to the feeder main. The main may be having diameter from 150 mm to 600 mm and sometimes even more. In fact, the size depends upon area and the population to be served. The principal feeder means in the urban areas, feeders may be of diameter 225 mm and more. Sometimes a small population in rural area has to be served by a feeder line. In that case, feeder even of 150 mm diameter may be used. If some area has to be served en route, then feeder pipe of larger diameter may be used. They vary in diameter according to population and the area to be served. The network means have diameter varying from 100 mm to 300 mm. In some exceptional cases, pipes of diameter up to 350 mm are used, but more than 350 meter diameter pipes are not used for the network mains. In some cases, small mains of 80 mm and below are used to serve some small separated population or property, and in that case they do not form the part of the network. Pressure in the distribution system. Pressure in the distribution system depends upon domestic use, fire demand, economical consideration, topography, and future demand. Domestic use. For domestic services, the supply pressure depends upon number of stories to which water is to be lifted without additional use of booster pumps. For residential area, a pressure of 0.6 kg to 1.5 kg per centimeter square is considered to be sufficient. Providing greater pressure in pipes than the required value makes the system costly. Following minimum residual pressure should be provided at the ferrule point. Single story building 7 meter above ground level, two-story building 12 meter above ground level, three-story building 17 meter above ground level. The distribution system is not designed for residual pressure more than 22 meters. Hence, for high-rise buildings, booster pumps should be provided. The capacity of distribution system should be sufficient to meet peak hour demand. Depending upon population of the area to be served, following guidelines should be adopted while providing peak factors. Here the mention the peak factors. Population up to 50,000, peak factor is 3. Population 50,000 to up to 2 lakh, peak factor is 2.5. More than 2 lakh, peak factor is 2. And for rural water supply, peak factor is the 3. Terminal velocity through pipes are kept between 0.9 meter to 1.8 meter per second depending upon pipe size used. Fire demand. The basic requirement is that any single hydrant should provide 1000 liter per minute without producing negative pressure in the mains. At the same time, a group of hydrants in an area should be capable of discharging 3000 liter to 5000 liter per minute depending upon fire risks in the area. Economical considerations. Depending upon the economical profile of the serving population, per capita supply is to be given, and in that case the pipe size and pressure has to be designed accordingly. Topography. In plain areas, static pressure should range between 50 meter to 70 meter, and in undulating areas, maximum static pressure of around 100 meter is normal. However, if the difference in ground level of the area exceeds 60 meter, the distribution system should be divided into high and low pressure zone. Future demand. The system should be designed such that there should be some reserve to meet some emergency demand in near future. Design procedure. The layout of the locality and its topography greatly affect the design of a distribution system. Rate of increase in population and growth rate of the city also has an important bearing on the design of the distribution system. Following procedures should be adopted for the design. First, contour plan of the locality is prepared, and different distribution zones with their population, location of distribution reservoir, pumping stations, main roads, and other important details are plotted on the map in a scale depending upon the size of the area for which planning is being done. Second, another map on a bigger scale is prepared for each district on which main roads, streets, mains, sub-mains, walls, etc. are shown. Expected population to be served are also shown in this map. Daily flow expected to take place is evaluated. Maximum daily flow is generally taken as 3 times of the average flow. Sizes of different pipes are assumed. The permissible velocities are kept between 0.9 meter to 1.8 meter per second, depending upon diameter of pipes as discussed earlier. Next, loss of head due to friction in the pipe length is calculated as per Hazen-Williams or Chase's equation. From the head available at the entrance, loss of head due to pipe friction and appurtenances, if any, is deducted and available terminal head is calculated. If the available terminal head is lesser than the required head, diameter of the pipe is changed, and this process is repeated till the terminal head comes to the required or permissible head. Analysis of network of pipes. Analysis of pipe network includes determination of quantities of flow and head loss in various pipelines and resulting residual water head. The Hazen-Williams is mostly used for computation of flow through pipes, and following two methods are used for analysis: equivalent pipe method and Hardy-Cross method. Equivalent pipe method. In this method, different small loops are replaced by an imaginary single equivalent pipe having same discharge capacities and causing same head loss with following two principles of pipe flow as through pipes connected in series, the loss of head for a given flow of water is additive. If the pipes are connected in parallel, quantity of discharge flowing through pipes will such that equal head loss is caused. The equivalent pipe method is used in solving large network of the pipe. Hardy-Cross method. In this system of analysis, a distribution of flow in the network is assumed and resulting head losses are balanced. Formula of the pipe flow are used to evaluate losses and successive corrections are made in the flow until the network is hydraulically balanced. In pipe network, following two conditions are to be satisfied. The algebraic sum of the pressure drops around a closed loop must be zero. The flow entering a junction must be equal to the flow leaving the same junction. The network is analyzed by any of the following two methods. First, method of balancing heads by correcting assumed flows. Second, method of balancing flows by correcting assumed heads. So, methods of balancing heads by correcting assumed flows. In this method, distribution of flow is first assumed in a network and the resulting head losses are balanced as shown in the figure. The incoming flow of water Q is split off between two branches in the loop A, B, C and D such that clockwise flow through A, B, C is Q1 assume and the anti-clockwise flow through A, D, C is Q2, this is equal to Q minus Q1. Assume HL1 as the loss of head due to clockwise flow Q1 through the section ABC and HL2 is the head of loss anti-clockwise flow through ADC. Since loss of head is proportional to some power of the discharge, it can be written as HL is equal to K Q की power X. So HL1 is equal to K1 Q1 की power X, HL2 is equal to K2 Q2 की power X. The discharge value Q1 and Q2 to be selected such that the system is balanced hydraulically. So HL1 is equal to HL2 or we can say HL1 minus HL2 is equal to 0. If HL1 does not equal to HL2, it means that initial assumed value of Q1 and Q2 are in error. If it is delta too small for Q1, then it will be delta too large for the Q2. So true flow Q1 1 is equal to Q1 plus delta and Q1 2 is equal to Q2 minus delta. Since HL1 minus HL2 should be equal to 0, so K1 into Q1 plus delta की power X minus Q2 in bracket Q2 minus delta की power X is equal to 0. These value comes after putting the value of the HL1 and HL2. Now expanding binomically and neglecting higher orders of delta because these are very small, then we can say K1 into in bracket Q1x plus X Q1x की power minus 1 delta plus that more and other expressions in bracket close minus K2 into in bracket Q2x minus X Q2x minus 2x minus 2 delta plus another expression is equal to 0. So HL1 is equal to K1 Q1x. So K1 Q1 x minus 1 is equal to K1 Q1x upon Q1 is equal to HL1 upon Q1. In similar way, K2 Q2 x minus 1 is equal to K2 Q2 की power x divided by Q2 is equal to HL2 divided by the Q2. So putting all the values HL1 plus x delta HL1 divided by Q1 minus HL2 plus x into delta into HL2 divided by Q2 is equal to 0. On simplification we get delta is equal to minus in bracket HL1 minus HL2 divided by x into in bracket HL1 divided by Q1 plus HL2 divided by the Q2. So in generalized form we can write delta is equal to minus summation HL divided by the X into summation HL upon Q. Value of K is taken here as the 1.35 in Hazen-Williams formula. The correction A is calculated by other equation 7, taking care that Q and HL in the clockwise loops are taken as positive and in anti-clockwise as a negative. The network is mostly not balanced in a single trial. Further trials are made until the system is properly balanced. Now, methods of balancing flows by correcting assumed heads. When the incoming and outgoing flows to a network is not known but heads at the inlet and outlet are known, then distribution of flow through various pipes are determined by the methods of balancing flows. Flow towards a junction is taken as positive and flows away from the junction is taken as the negative. So as shown in figure here, HL E the head at entrance and HL1 the head at exit are the known. HL is equal to head loss in AB plus head loss in BC is equal to head loss in AD plus head loss in the DC. Head loss in AB, BC, AD and DC are not known. Let head loss in AB is equal to HL1. Hence head loss in BC is equal to HL minus HL1. And we know HL1 is equal to K1 QS AB and HL is minus HL1 is equal to K2 Q की power x BC. Since pipe length are known, as slope or loss of head per meter length can be calculated, and with as and diameter of pipe known, discharge through pipe AB and BC can be calculated. But we know QAB minus QBC is equal to 0. Hence, if QAB is equal to QBC, the system is balanced. If not, then assumed heads are not correct. Let correction to be applied in H. So HL plus H is equal to K into in bracket Q plus delta power x is equal to K into in bracket Qx plus x delta Q minus 1 plus other expression is equal to K Qx plus x delta K Q minus 1 Q की power x minus 1 divided by the Q. Or we can write HL plus H is equal to HL plus x delta HL divided by the Q. So here delta is equal to H upon x into Q upon HL. Since sum of the flow at junction is 0, so we can write summation Q plus delta is equal to 0. After first correction, we can get summation Q is equal to minus summation delta is equal to minus H upon x into summation Q upon HL. So H is equal to minus x summation Q divided by the summation Q upon HL. So this is all about the water distribution network and design part 2. Thank you.